Hi, I'm Michael Levie with citizenM Hotels. citizenM Hotels got created for the frequent travelers. Those of us that are 50, 75, maybe 100 days a year on the road. We know exactly what we need from a hotel and what we don't. So everything we did with citizenM to create our hotel, our rooms, our services, were geared around the frequent travelers. Obviously, many people enjoy staying at citizenM, but although our services are limited, the frequent traveler sees us as a 100% serviced hotel and has exactly what they're looking for. A room efficient with a great king-size bed, rain shower, incredible fast Wi-Fi, free movies on demand, and a great iPad that controls all features of the room, whether that is the window treatment, the air conditioning, the lighting, or music, or the television. We have downstairs an incredible living room. So it's not a lobby, it's a living room for co-living and co-working, where we have obviously a bar, we have food and beverage, and we're able to host you with one of our many ambassadors that are there to gently interact with you and make sure that your stay is perfect. We started out in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam, and soon started to grow in Europe with hotels in London, Paris, Copenhagen, Denmark, but also in Switzerland, Zurich, and Geneva. We continue growing in the metropoles of Europe, but we also have ventured out to China, where we are open in Shanghai, in Taiwan and Taipei, and in Malaysia in Kuala Lumpur. We are also growing in the United States. We have 2 hotels operational in New York, a hotel in Boston, and a hotel in Seattle operational. Soon we will add to that our first Washington hotel. 21 hotels in total and 26 in various stages of development. So we, mostly centered in Europe and the United States, are obviously extremely proud to be part of the European American Chamber. It is sharing our experiences, but also hopefully taking advantage of some of the experience of others and being able to be part of a fabric where the businesses shared between Europe and the US stand central. We will try to do our best to participate actively wherever we can. A little bit about Corona. COVID has been devastating for the hospitality industry. That does not mean it has not been devastating for other industries, but the hospitality industry was hit relatively hard. Our hotels were running in excess of 90%, and they came to a screeching halt to have single digits. Obviously, we were lucky with our Shanghai and Taipei hotels to have a little bit of a pre-warning and understanding what was coming at us. So making sure that our employees and our guests were safe was of the first order. But once we saw that in Shanghai and Taipei, we could prepare for that in Europe and the US. So we were able to order sufficient protective gear. We were able to scale up on sanitation and on cleaning. We were able to get ready with new house rules so that everybody would be safe. We obviously implemented this well in advance of the lockdowns that started to happen in Europe and later in the US. And we were fortunate with that little bit of advanced notice that we were able to pre-warn also our guests and take good care of our staff. During these times of financial hardship also, we have decided that our ambassadors, our frontline teams that take care of the guest and are ultimately responsible even for taking care of the guest, are so important to us that we made a commitment to the ambassadors, to the hotel teams, but to our entire company, to all employees, that we would support them during this difficult time. We did ask them for a small contribution. Everybody in the organization contributed 1 month of their salaries in 2020 to also show our shareholders and the banks that we understand that we need to be in this united all together. But we're very grateful that the great teams stay intact and have been working during the corona time effortless on creating and innovating and making sure that the 1.5 meter, 6 foot economy and the social distancing that is now coming upon us is executed into excellence. Safety for our guests, safety for our teams is always of utmost importance. Once we had that first crisis and were able to create the protective gear, the new structures, if you wish, in the hotels, we quickly also took a look at our finances. We went from quarterly cash flow statements to monthly, even to weekly cash flow statements, to make sure that our shareholders were up to date on every step of the way. We looked forward 2020 and where possible 2021 to make sure that the impact of COVID was understood by its magnitude. And with that magnitude and with discussions with our shareholders, we went to our banks and made sure that our banks were comfortable, that our loans with them were safe, were going to be complied with. And with the strength of our shareholders and our organization, we united with the banks to make sure that that would not be the focus, but rather the focus would be on what do we need to do in order to transform our services in that 1.5 meter or 6 foot economy. Let me give you an example of some of the impacts. Everybody understands that breakfast used to be in a buffet, small window of time. Everybody comes down, grab a great barista-made cup of coffee, and we were on our way. And the hotels, obviously, from a spacing and size, were also calibrated to make sure that anybody and everybody could come down, and even on the peak, we had enough seating and capacity for everybody. With 1.5 meter or 6 foot social distancing, that becomes a whole different ballgame. So from a buffet style, you need to go to individual, personally pre-packed portions, and you need to make sure that there are other choices so that maybe the 50% capacity that you remain with in your living rooms are also supplemented by those people that maybe want their breakfast in the room or on the go. So we have created breakfast bags with exactly the same choices to either have downstairs or upstairs in your room or to take away. Obviously, we want to facilitate that because citizenM has always prided itself in making sure that we use technology seamlessly with our personal and human service. So a app that would facilitate the guest, not only in food and beverage, but also during their pre-stay, arrival at the hotel, and during their stay at the hotel all the way to checkout was imperative. We launched an app, and most companies already had apps. We decided to not have an app till it was very important for everybody to feel that they needed to download the app and make use of it. Our app today allows a guest to make reservations, check themselves in, and even open their room door with their very own smartphone device. This so that there is a complete touchless experience on the way in, but also while you're at the hotel, we wanted to make sure that the choices are yours, whether we interfere with your private space, and we are obviously providing your housekeeping, but it is an opt-in so that we respect your space as being your sanitized and clean space. And if you would like housekeeping, you can very easily let us know through the app. Checkout, obviously through the app, but also the food and beverage ordering, claiming a seat for breakfast, and many other features with what you can find around the hotel, where our mobile citizens want to still continue to blend into the fabric of the great cities we operate in. So we had everything of that in place and are shifting and continue to shift our attention to what is it else that we need to do to innovate and to prepare our guests better for a stay that is impacted for now still by COVID. We see some green shoots. We see again a little bit of pickup. So it is encouraging to see that in most cities we operate, we start to see the occupancies climb back up, our hotels get busier, and our teams are delighted to have again the ability to provide the best service in the industry that they are providing. So we hope that in Europe, but also in the US, soon the lockdowns can ease up, and that slowly but surely we get COVID under control, and that we can go back to our business. And that the Chamber, European and US, the Chamber is facilitating. It's helping us all. So as the newcomer, we would like to offer our support wherever we can. We will try to be an active partner at the Chamber, and please call upon us with anything and everything we can do. And that's obviously not me. We have incredible teams at the hotels. We have incredible support staff, and we're all very excited to be part of this new journey. Thank you for the opportunity to share these thoughts with you, and I wish everybody a safe travels and safe journey. COVID is not easy, but together, our shoulders under it, we will conquer it, and we will come out better. I'm sure of that. Thank you very much.